Shalom. I want to talk about the universe and the implications in Judaism, especially from the story of creation. In August, we had the 30th anniversary of the launching of the Voyager spacecraft, which had worked its way in discovering a lot about our Earth system and then about the planets around us. And it's been flying now for 30 years. It's unbelievable how far away it is as it left our system. It's 3 times further away than Pluto. And they believe that now it's about 15.5 billion kilometers, almost 10 billion miles from Earth. 10 billion miles from Earth. And when it sends us information, it takes 14 hours for that information traveling at the speed of light to get here. In another 40,000 years, this Voyager will leave our solar system. Now, our solar system is just one out of 100 billion suns in our galaxy, and our galaxy is one of about 100 billion galaxies. Now, for anybody who thinks the world is just 7,000 years old, I mean, it's impossible to be that ridiculous and not see that that's impossible. In fact, scientists now believe perhaps that there are many universes. But the mind-boggling statistics of this Voyager, which we launched, which carries a record of material which scientists believe will last 1 billion years, and it's been traveling, now it's 10 billion miles away, and it takes 14 hours at the speed of light for information to get back to us. And it won't leave our little solar system for another 40,000 years until it gets to the next nearest star. It's just amazing. Now, story number 2 that I wanted to talk about this is a recent story that said that we may actually, on Earth, I know I worry about this all the time, that 5 billion years from now, I'm kind of kidding, but 5 billion years from now, the Earth, the sun of our Earth will blow itself up. It will run out of gas. So what's going to happen to us? I've always thought we'll fry up by then. So my great-great-grandchildren will be in big trouble 5 billion years. Well, there's a new study out that says that maybe Earth will survive that because they found another sun that blew itself out, and the planet nearby, about as far away from it as we are from our sun, survived, if we don't screw it up first. Now, a third story I want to mention is called the Encyclopedia of Life. Professor Wilson, who was a professor emeritus of biology at Harvard, wrote an article recently in the newspaper about this effort to identify every living species on Earth. They've identified now about 1.8 million. Guess how many species on Earth they believe are still to be discovered? About 100 million. But advances in barcodes and DNA and genetics, they believe they'll be able to produce a lot. And he says at the end of this article that it will have incalculable value for our understanding of the world and of helping us to catalog all of these species. Now think about all of this in the context of Genesis, chapter 1, which simply says that God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was tohu vavohu, unformed and void. Just means it was a big empty universe full of not organization, and God made it. And think about how beautiful it is that God made this. Einstein believed in God as creator when he looked at the universe, the cosmological proof for God. Second of all, we have this notion not only of the vastness of the universe, but of the significance of our sun and our light. And that goes back to the verse in Genesis where God made a big light to rule the day, a small light to rule the night. And then as the chapter goes on in chapter 1, it describes all the things being created, this species and that species. I was thinking about Professor Wilson's article about this project of Encyclopedia of Life. And so as we think about this magnificent portion, what we really need to know so much is contained in the book of Genesis, the story of the creation of the Jewish people. So many cultures have creation stories. The Jewish people have this particular creation story, which inspired, of course, the Christian and Muslim view of the world, of a God as creator, a God who loves the universe, who saw that it was good and not evil, a world that will survive if we don't mess it up, and of infinite variety of species, and God making this beautiful world.